Now, one of the biggest anti-Trump Democrat politicians of all time, one of the most open borders, communist morons ever, guy that was a congressman running for governor in California, and just generic total a-hole, is having his entire career exploding in the most hilarious way ever. And I say hilarious not to minimize the horrible things that happened to his alleged victims. I say hilarious because it's always from the ones you most expect. I'm sorry, but if you're a white guy and you're a Democrat, you're probably either a loser that's trying to get girls to like you, or you're a predator. I guess there's a third option, and that you're just like actually brain dead, but we're going to focus on the first two. So this guy, who I've been making fun of for a while now, Eric Swalwell, is done. He's not just ended his career, he's leaving in disgrace. He's quitting all his positions, and he is probably going to jail. Now, this dude was seduced and slept with a Chinese spy a couple of years ago, and he's also investigated for tons of fraud. But now he's really done. So he posted this video on Twitter. Hear it directly from me. These allegations are flat false, and I will fight them. All right, so as you can see, this got 10 million views, 16,000 likes, but 47,000 replies. This did not go well. This did not go well. The allegations are false. I will fight them. This is coming from Believe All Victims. Trump is a pedophile because his name appears in a piece of paper that Epstein's name is also written on. Literally, that's what we're dealing with right here. All right, so first we have to watch his video, because this is when I first saw the news. He posts this very viral video saying the allegations are false. Right, let's hear what he has to say.
A lot has been said about me today through anonymous allegations, and I thought it was important.
They're anonymous anyway, right? Not like the women came out and went on camera after he posted this video and completely humiliated him or anything. Anyway, definitely lock in, because this deep dive is fucking crazy. Average white leftist.
That you see and hear from me directly. These allegations of sexual assault are flat false.
Okay.
They're absolutely false.
Okay.
They did not happen.
Okay.
They have never happened. And I
Okay.
will fight them with everything that I have.
All right, huge.
They also come on the eve of an election.
You mean we shouldn't believe all women? Wait. But you mean we shouldn't believe all women? Oh, wow. Wow, this is a new turn for the Democratic Party.
Where I have been the front-runner candidate for governor in California.
Not anymore.
I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint. I have certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past. But
yeah, you slept with the Chinese spy.
Those mistakes are between me and my wife. And to her, I apologize deeply for putting her in this position.
This position meaning you cheated on her with a Chinese spy.
I also apologize to you if in any way you have doubted your support for me.
Doubted? Oh, you're done, bro.
But I think you know who I am.
Yeah.
For over 20 years,
a predator,
I have served
in
the
my
public.
opinion.
As a city councilman.
Served the public, where he became a multimillionaire.
As a member of Congress.
Sure.
And as a prosecutor who went to court on behalf of victims, particularly on behalf of sexual assault victims.
Isn't that incredible? Bro was a lawyer defending sexual assault victims. He was the white knight of white knights. Bro was defending women with every fiber of his being with his right hand, and then allegedly raping them with his left hand. All right, this is honestly, truly incredible stuff. We are witnessing woke downfalls, the likes of which we have never seen before.
That's who I am and have always been. This weekend, I'm going to spend time with my family and friends. And I appreciate those who have reached out to me to show support. And I
wasn't one of those guys.
You very soon.
All right, so this is him standing steadfast in the face of these allegations. These allegations are flat false. I will fight. And he immediately suspends his campaign for governor. I am suspending my campaign for governor. To my family, staff, friends, and supporters, I'm deeply sorry for my mistakes and judgment I have made to you in my past. You know, like allegedly raping. I will fight the serious false allegations that have been made. But that's my fight, not the campaign's. Oh, my God. Anyway, if you look at his profile, he still has, I'm running for governor. He's so fucked. He's so cooked, bro. Right, this is Mr. Open Border. So no wonder why he wants to bring the rapists in the country. Maybe he wanted people of like-minded, allegedly like-minded people. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, Nick Shirley. Oh, bro, if you aren't fit to run a campaign, what makes you fit to continue your time as a congressman? Resign. Elon Musk. Bro, you should definitely fight those false allegations, especially all the videos of you doing weird shit with hookers. Oh my God. Bro's getting literally murdered in the comments. Oh my god, Elon Musk coming in with the fucking takedown. That poor Chinese spy that got the Swalwell assignment. Definition of taking one for the team. Oh my god. That's insane, bro. The Chinese spy took one for the team by having the assignment to sleep with absolute dumbfuck Eric Swalwell, alleged, leaker, treasonous, retard, alleged rapist. This is crazy. All right, so he releases this video saying all the allegations are false, I'm fighting. Then he releases a statement suspending his campaign for governor. Then some of the actual alleged victims show up on the news to talk about it.
Allegations. She's speaking now in California, Beverly
Right, remember how we said that the allegations came from anonymous sources? Well,
Hills. Let's watch.
In 2018, while I was living and working as a model in Beverly Hills, and I also owned a fashion software company, I had contact with Eric Swalwell on 3 separate occasions after meeting him socially. He offered me connections to further my software company.
wow, power dynamic, eh?
And I also had an interest in local politics. He invited me to 2 public events. I knew he was married at the time and that his wife was pregnant.
Oh my god,
He
what a
was my
fucking
friend.
monster.
On the 3rd occasion, I believe he drugged my drink.
Holy shit!
I only had 1 glass of wine. We were supposed to go to a political event, and he said he needed to get paperwork from his hotel room. When I arrived at his hotel room, I was already incapacitated, and I couldn't move my arms or my body.
What the fuck, dude?
He raped me, and he choked me. And while he was choking me, I lost consciousness. And I thought I died. I did not consent to any sexual activity. Although I did not undergo a rape kit at the time, I disclosed the assault to the people closest to me. I also recorded these events in my handwritten calendar. The assault and its impact were later documented during my therapy sessions at a sexual assault center.
Holy fucking shit. And this guy was out there fighting for women's rights and calling Donald Trump a pedophile and saying open the borders and holy shit. And this guy was like the front runner for California governor. This dude was straight up just the Democrat party, like Democrat Jesus. All right, I'm not even gonna lie. And oh my god. Now, I wasn't even gonna really mention this, but I feel like I should. Right? She said that she had like a drink of wine, and he allegedly drugged the drink and then raped her and strangled her and stuff. Then you have possibly the worst commentary of all time from Megyn Kelly. I don't know what happened to her.
So she goes on to then describe a 2019 encounter with him after a night of heavy drinking, which is the theme of this woman's story. She's apparently a very heavy drinker, or at least was during all the time she was with him. And that is another thing for which she needs to take responsibility.
What?
She needs to take responsibility. Don't put yourself in this position. And my friend, she did it twice. She went back to a night of heavy drinking with him after this interlude in which she claims she blacked out, they had sex, and by definition it was non-consensual because she remembers none of it.
What? Yeah, anyway, we don't need to get into I don't even know what happened to her at this point. Like, actually just running defense for this Swalwell character and shit. What are we even doing here? Like, again, you cannot believe her story, but if you believe her story, then it's not her fault. Bro, she said she had 1 drink, and then she got, again, maybe she's talking about something else, but I just saw that and I lost my mind. Anywho, then, of course, the actual allegations came out, and Eric Swalwell resigned from Congress. I am deeply sorry to my family, staff, and constituents for mistakes in judgment I've made in my past. What, like allegedly raping people? I will fight the serious false allegations made against me. However, I must take responsibility and ownership for the mistakes I did make. I'm aware of the efforts to bring an immediate expulsion vote against me and other members. Expelling anyone in Congress without due process within days of allegation being made is wrong. What about due process?
She's speaking now in California, Beverly Hills. Let's watch.
Is that not insane? Mr. Due Process guy over here, it's like you can't deport illegal aliens without due process. You can't expel me without due process. This is crazy. Within days of an allegation being made. But it's also wrong for my constituents to have me distracted from my duties. Therefore, I plan to resign my seat in Congress. I will work with my staff for the upcoming days to ensure they are able, in my absence, to serve the needs of the good people in the 14th Congressional District. Bro, you are a fucking loser. Loser! All right, here's one of the worst aged tweets of all time from Eric Swalwell. To my Republican colleagues, sexual assault victims deserve justice. Do the right thing. Go sign the petition. It's so fucking over, bro. It's so fucking over, dude. You know, there is zero allegations against Trump that are actually holding water in the Epstein files, yet this dude pushed it every single day. What an absolute loser. Now, Representative Anna Paulina Luna seems like she is gunning to put Eric Swalwell in jail.
Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna is on the Oversight Committee, and she joins us now. All right, Congressman, what was Swalwell like in Congress? Did he have a rep?
Yeah, he did have a reputation. And as you know, Jesse, I was actually the member of Congress that wrote the expulsion resolution for him, and I was ready to call it up and did tell him that if he did not resign by tomorrow that it would be filed, and we did have the votes to expel him from Congress. So what I will say is that many people on the Hill knew about this. Many reporters have come forward, even in talking to me, saying that they had heard stories about this. But I do think that he has serious criminal problems on his hand, and I do think that he might end up in jail, Jesse. And if I could just share with you for a moment, not only did I receive forensic reporting showing that, you know, that infamous video of him in the hotel room was indeed him. It was not AI generated. But I'm also being told that, more stuff is going to be dropping in the next 24 hours. And then also potentially the individual that recorded that video in that hotel room, Jesse, was a female and she was underage.
Oh! Oh my God, dude. How does it keep getting worse for this guy? Dude, it's always the people you most expect. Wow, that's crazy. Pushes false allegations, has it all about him. That's insane, bro. Insane. And I love how people are like, oh, at least the Democrats are expelling their own people. But, bro, this was an open secret in the Democratic Party for like 10 years, apparently, and they did nothing about it. That's one. Two, what's the wrongdoing that Trump did? What wrongdoing did Trump do that he wasn't like literally in court for? Like, what are we doing here? This is a former Swalwell donor, multi-billionaire, saying he's no longer a Democrat. You just can't trust him anymore.
I say first, say you're mad. I mean,
mad?
Yeah.
I am no longer a Democrat. I'm now a libertarian Republican, because that's what a blue dog Democrat used to be. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's called executing, being accountable, enforcing, respect, responsibility, and results. Knowing what your job description is. Delivering results. Unifying. Making this country great.
He was one of Swalwell's biggest donors, by the way, and he just completely flipped. Completely flipped. All right, so this is crazy. We were going to wait just before the California governor primary to nuke Swalwell out of the race with my recordings of him inebriated with lobbyists at dinner. But now that his Democrat friends are calling on him to drop out, I guess I don't have to wait. Oh, my God.
Fascistic. So, Congressman, you referred to Elon Musk as a fascist at some point and alluded to him being a national security threat. Do you see that more of a national security threat, you sleeping with a Chinese spy, than transparency in the federal government? What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? What's Fang Fang think of that?
What are you doing?
I mean, what's fascistic about exposing government corruption?
Bro.
I mean, I know you're just at dinner now with a bunch of lobbyists. You know, they're buying you a bunch of booze, and you know that's awfully nice. I know you were talking about, you know, maybe finding somebody else because you only like to fuck people that are tens. I just heard that one too. So what do you think about that? Do you want to comment on any of it?
But I was told he was the nice guy, the woke feminist guy.
Elon Musk is a national security threat, but you sleeping with a Chinese spy is not. Is that correct? You don't want to comment on that at all?
I suppose not. Anyway, this dude is like absolutely nuked from orbit. All right, so this is retardo extraordinaire. this guy, Harry Sisson, who had this entire, by the way, this dude had an entire scandal about him, like sleeping with a bunch of women too. It's crazy how they're all like this, it seems. So this is him basically dropping Swalwell too.
By now, I'm sure you've all heard about the incredibly serious allegations against Representative Eric Swalwell. He's a Democrat that's running for governor of California as well, and he's been accused of inappropriate behavior, of assaulting women, and other very horrific things. The allegations are detailed. There are records to back it up, text messages to back it up. It is just heartbreaking across the board. And the women who came forward are incredibly courageous. I can only imagine how difficult that must have been. And the creators who were talking about the story before it even dropped share that courage as well. Democrats across the board have called for him to not only drop his bid for governor of California, but to also resign from Congress.
That's right.
And I agree. He should do both of those things. This is yet another example of how the Democratic
Party
is vastly different than the Republicans. I mean, we hold our own accountable when they do something wrong.
All right, so what did the Republicans do wrong?
Very obviously do not do that, especially when it comes to Trump.
What did Trump do wrong? Did he rape and drug a whole bunch of women? Because he was not found guilty of rape in court. They brought him to court over it, and they did not find him guilty of rape. So I don't know, man. What are we doing here? I love how it's like, Eric Swalwell raped a whole bunch of women, allegedly. Let's make this about Trump. This is the entire Democrat perspective. This is another accuser blowing the whistle.
I was so far removed from what had happened in 2019. I felt safe because I was established. I had a partner. I felt more secure that I could have a strictly professional relationship with this person. After that bar closed, we went to another. I went to the bathroom and I don't remember anything after that.
You don't remember anything?
I remember the next day. I can see flashes of that evening, of him on top of me pushing him off, him grabbing me.
That's a whole ass lot of allegations from a lot of different women, my guy. Now, just because everything is killing him at the same time, Eric Swalwell paid illegal Brazilian live-in nanny under the table with campaign funds, complaint alleges. All right, so that's fraud as well. All right, now his career should have ended when he was caught sleeping with a Chinese spy, but they kept him around for some reason.
Where's the actual evidence of collusion between the Trump campaign and Putin?
It's right in front of your nose, Tucker. When we look back on this in 25 years, we're going to be amazed at how much of it was right in front of us.
You're a member of Judiciary. Do you believe the president right now has been an agent of the Russians?
Yes, I think there's more evidence than he is. Yes, and I think all the arrows point in that direction, and I haven't seen a single piece of evidence that he's not.
An agent like in the 1940s where you had people who are Reds, to use an old term, like that. In other words, working for a foreign power.
He's working on behalf of the Russians, yeah.
Okay.
The question has shifted from whether the president is working with the Russians to what evidence exists that the president is not working with the Russians.
What does that even mean?
At what point do you draw the line and not accuse the President of the United States without any evidence of being an agent of Russia?
Yeah, he's betrayed our country, and I don't say that lightly. I worked as a prosecutor for 7 years, and
Betraying the country, by the way, we want evidence before you say that, but
True.
you said an agent of Russia.
Yeah, he works on their behalf.
I'm not hearing the evidence that he's an agent of Russia.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. It's a
Right. It's pretty clear. So this dude has an entire history of talking about the gigantic Donald Trump agent of Russia situation. Meanwhile, this dude was literally sleeping with a Chinese spy. Literally sleeping with a Chinese spy. Now, Ben Shapiro and everyone else is getting in their licks at the very end. You know, like, this dude's on his way out. Everyone's fucking coming out and killing this dude. All right?
And just because we found some receipts, you did say, I think homosexual activity is a sin.
Yes, I'm a religious Jew.
I'm
That's
sure
true.
there's a genetic component.
You found me out.
Orientation. But the view of all religious people I know has always been that sexual behavior is something that is up to you. And you said, I may have a desire to sleep with many women, but I do not.
I agree with me. Yes, that's true.
Congratulations on your, I'm sure it's very hard to restrain yourself. Mr. Chairman,
Yeah. Is it very hard to restrain yourself from sleeping with many women, Mr. Swalwell? You would know a thing or two about that.
I just want to shift to Alvin Bragg.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The short Jew guy is getting the last laugh over here, I'm not going to lie. So this is January 2026. Swalwell vows if elected governor, he will take away the driver's license of ICE agents. You know why? Because they harass women.
To me, if you're going to run around our state masked and not showing yourself, not showing ID, and terrorize women, then you should not have a driver license. The governor has the power to grant driver's license in any state, and I call it reveal to wheel. If you're going to go into our communities in a way that no other law enforcement agency does, masked and, as I said, as a terrorizing bandit that women are afraid of, then the governor should revoke your driver license and really go on offense.
So you're saying that if women are afraid of you, you should lose your driver's license? Everything's coming back. This is 2025. Eric Swalwell wearing a No King shirt, telling a bunch of supporters that he came up with a new Democrat Party slogan. Get ready for it.
I have suggested to our leadership, and it's been well received, that we need to have a campaign called We Won't Forget, or It'll All Come Out.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, that's the message that we send to the...
Yeah, so he wanted to start a campaign called It'll All Come Out. And then it all came out. It all came out. Oh my God, this guy's insane. All right, so this is alleged censured liar Adam Schiff pontificating about lying and indecency with Eric Swalwell. This is just the entire Democratic Party right now. All right, it's crazy how cooked he is.
The fact that he has now dropped out of the governor's race and resigned from Congress, is that justice in your view?
No, it's just the beginning. It's just the very beginning. And I know personally that we're not walking away from this fight.
For me,
so
justice won't be until he can't ever harm a woman ever again.
Uh-oh.
And he has faced the consequences for the women that he has harmed.
I think in regards to the governor's race, he never should have ran for governor to begin with, knowing the kind of history and receipts that are out there. So that's a non-starter. And then in terms of Congress, I think he absolutely should have resigned. I think we just prevented another 30 to 40 years potentially of him harming people if he were to stay in Congress.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I think we have served justice for his future victims.
Wow.
That won't exist anymore.
The fact
Yeah, damn. And it's like, oh, is it just over when we end his entire career? No, 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 no. It only gets started. Here's Eric Swalwell having a meltdown about pictures of Trump with a cat.
What in the hell is this? The chairman tweets, protect our ducks and kittens in Ohio because he goes down some crazy rabbit hole, completely debunked that aliens are eating pets? My God. Are you okay, Mr. Chairman? Because last year, for a very long time, you tweeted and promoted Kanye West as he was calling for genocide against the Jews, and you kept it up. And now, when we have victims coming here, you're tweeting this nonsense. I don't know why you would...
So yeah, the most Trump deranged retard of all time is actually a gigantic alleged predator. Dude, this Elon Musk tweet is just insane. Bro, you should fight those false allegations, especially the videos of you doing weird shit with hookers. The videos are out, by the way. I don't think I can actually show them to you for obvious reasons. But they're actually out. I've seen them. I've seen them. All right, so this is Donald Trump in 2023.
Little respected, lightweight Representative Eric Swalwell was just kicked off the Intelligence Committee for reasons of integrity and lack of intelligence, and for having the poor judgment of dating and falling desperately in love with a Chinese spy.
Oh,
Fang
my
Fang,
God, dude.
this idiot of a congressman is now calling for publicity purposes only for some great American patriots, including me, to be banned from the United States Capitol building. Fortunately, people understand that Swalwell is a lowlife not respected by anybody and merely used for entertainment reasons by the fake news media to continue their assault on President Donald J. Trump and their assault on America. People like this are not serious people. They shouldn't be taken seriously.
And he's going to jail. So yeah, so this is just absolute, utter, and complete obliteration of this complete and total fucking faggot in the most hilarious way ever. In my opinion, obviously, it's a tragedy of what happened to these women, if this is true. These are just allegations at this time, even though it seems like there's a lot of corroborating evidence, like actual photos of them in hotel rooms and shit. So I'm not, but they're allegations. I don't want to get sued by small dick Swalwell over here. But I do want to take this moment to say that it's always the ones you most expect. It's the male feminist, nice guy, protector of women, anti-sexual assault people. It's the anti-men, virtue signaling, dumb fuck retards that end up with this roster of victims. I was an attorney fighting for women, so I'm actually so much pro-women, unlike Trump, who's anti-women and misogynist. To prove how pro-women I am, this is this huge pile of women that I've drugged and raped, allegedly. Complete and utter abhorrent retard downfall. I said it before and I'll say it again. If you're a Democrat, you're either retarded or evil. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like sometimes this Eric Swalwell guy might be a little bit of both.